Disclaimer: the following is a fictional story inspired by historical Islamic legal punishments for theft. Salim is a fictional character. The purpose of the story is not to recreate a specific historical case, but to explore the human experience and consequences of hand amputation as punishment. A hand for a sheep. My name is Salim. I'm an old man now. My beard is white. My children have children of their own. Most of my life is behind me. But there's not a single day that passes when I do not remember the day I stood before Muhammad. I remember every detail, the heat, the dust, the fear, and the hand that was still attached to my arm. At that moment, I did not know that within a day it would be gone forever. I had stolen a sheep. The sheep belonged to my brother. My brother was a successful trader. Allah had blessed him with wealth. He owned many sheep, more than I could count. I was not like him. I was a carpenter, not a great one, not the kind people traveled across Arabia to hire. I found work when I could. Some months were good, others were not. My wife and I had 2 young children. Many nights we ate less so they could eat more. My wife often told me to ask my brother for help. Sometimes I did. Sometimes he helped. But I hated asking. Perhaps it was pride, perhaps shame, perhaps both. Then came the week that changed everything. There was little food left. My son asked what we would eat tomorrow. I did not know. My daughter fell asleep hungry. I watched her sleeping and felt like a failure. The next day I visited my brother's property. He was not there. I saw the sheep, hundreds of them. One sheep, just one. To him it was almost nothing. To my family it meant food. I stood there for what felt like an eternity. Then I took it. I slaughtered it. My family ate. For a brief moment I felt relief. Then I felt dread. Soon afterward I was caught. I did not deny it. I could not. And so I found myself standing before Muhammad. My heart pounded so hard I thought everyone could hear it. My wife stood behind me. I could feel her presence. I could feel her fear. Muhammad listened as the case was presented. Witnesses spoke. My brother spoke. Then I was asked if I had taken the sheep. I answered immediately, yes. There was no point lying. I had done it. I knew it was wrong. My voice shook. I spoke of my children. I spoke of my poverty. I spoke of Allah's mercy. I spoke of forgiveness. I remember saying that I had repented. I remember hoping that repentance mattered. I remember hoping mercy mattered. Most of all, I remember believing that Muhammad would understand. All my life I had heard of his compassion. All my life I had heard of his mercy. I believed those stories. I still do. That is why I was not prepared for what came next. The judgment was given. My hand would be cut off. For a moment I thought I had misunderstood. I waited for clarification. I waited for someone to explain. No explanation came. The judgment stood. That night I could not sleep. I stared at my hand. I opened my fingers, closed them, opened them again. I thought about every chair I had built, every piece of wood I had shaped, every meal I carried home. I thought about my wife. I thought about my children. Most of all, I thought about tomorrow. My wife was furious, not because she hated me, because she was terrified. What will happen to us now? She asked. I had no answer. The next day my hand was removed. The pain was terrible, but the pain is not what stayed with me. Pain fades. The wound heals. Something else remained. The pity. My mother wept when she saw me. My father could not meet my eyes. My brother looked as though he wished he could undo everything. People spoke softly around me. They looked at me differently, not with hatred, with pity. I learned to work again, but never as before. I learned to live again, but never as before. My wife eventually forgave me, at least I think she did. Life continued. Our children grew. They married. We had grandchildren. There was joy, there was laughter, there was love, but there was also a missing hand. Every day, for decades. My grandchildren have never known me with 2 hands. To them, I've always been this way. An old man with 1 hand. I regret stealing the sheep. I truly do. Stealing was wrong. I knew it then. I know it now. If I could return to that day, I would choose differently. But when I look back over my life, I cannot escape a question. I stole 1 sheep. Was punishment deserved? Yes. Was repentance deserved? I hoped so. But did I deserve to lose my hand? Did my wife deserve the burden she carried? Did my children deserve the opportunities they lost? Did my grandchildren deserve knowing the man I once was? All my life, I was taught that mercy is among God's greatest attributes. I still do not understand what mercy meant that day. And after all these years, I'm left with one question. Was justice done?